So I tried and I loved it. I loved it and I didn't like it and I had mixed feelings and I was bored but I was entertained, but I was also very intrigued. And I have mixed feelings. I have mixed feelings. So this is my 3.5 out of 5-star review of Gideon the Ninth. Basically, Harrowhawk is the ruler of this house, and she is summoned by the Emperor to become this lictor, which is some kind of position of power. And she has to take a cavalier, which is basically a guard, and she takes Gideon. So they go to this planet and they go through some of these like trials, and they have to gather these keys that open doors where they have to like fight skeletons. And that was cool. Like when I look back on this book, I'm like, that's fucking dope. And it would work better as an anime or a TV show adaptation because there are a lot of words. Like I know that sounds weird to say in a review about a book, but there are a lot of words. This is very wordy. Like they could have cut 50 pages from this book, and I know some people are going to be like, no, they can't cut anything because it all goes into the story. I think they could have condensed this one. There's a lot of scenes where characters are just kind of like walking around, they're talking, and it kind of builds to the character development sometimes. And sometimes people are just kind of like walking around, talking, figuring things out. And sometimes it's just like, wow, 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 wow. And I'm just like, oh my God. Oh my, stop. I definitely feel like if you like the slow burn of an anime, you would like this. Because the slow burn build of an anime where every episode it has like either a lot of filler or not that much filler, and then you have some action in the episode, but it doesn't have like a full storyline in the actual episode, then you would love this. It's just like a fragment of the storyline you're gonna get in that episode, in that anime episode, and then you're gonna get the rest throughout the season. So this is like maybe like a full season of like a 25 episode anime that's a very slow burn, and you have to like really get into it and the world. Like visually, this would be beautiful to adapt into a TV show, but it would have to be either 20 to 25 episodes of a TV show, or like 20 to 25 episodes of an anime. Like the visuals, the Demon Slayer company would have to do this, because this deserves Demon Slayer adaptation cartoon level, or the Arcane people as well. They could do that for this one. And I think that's where I loved it, because looking back at the story as a whole and all the images that I got from the book, I'm like, wow, that scene was cool, and that scene was cool, and that scene was cool, and that scene was cool. But as I was reading it, it felt like the story was dragging a lot, and I was trying my absolute best, because like I said, I liked a lot of the story, but there were moments where it just dragged. Like it just dragged, and people were talking a lot, or it was just nothing was happening. And I just was like, fuck, dude, I really like this book and I don't want to put it down, but I also don't want to pick it up. And I felt so conflicted reading this. And I had somebody tell me on Blue Sky that that's the reading experience for every single one of these books. And would I put myself through that torture? Yes, I would. Because I want to know what fucking happens next. The way this ends, yeah. That's where I'm at. I'm left like, I want to know more, but I'm also scared to pick up the second one. But somebody told me that the second one is like confusing. Second and third one are confusing. but they're confusing because it's a part of the storyline. And I like that. And I read a book like that last year, which I have to do a reread because the first read through of this book, I was paying attention, but there was just a lot going on. And I was like, through a reread, I'm going to appreciate this story more. And I feel like that's what's going to happen with this book, where eventually I'm going to do a reread and I'm like, I really appreciated that the second time around. If you are going to read this book, all I say is keep an eye. They have a character list in the back. Just keep flipping back to the character list. These characters have double the names. Most of the time they have nicknames. And I got the nicknames for the main characters pretty quickly, but it was everybody else with the double nickname, everybody else that was from the different houses that I was just like, this is too fucking much and I'm fucking stressed. I'm stressed. And I was like writing stuff down, or I was highlighting stuff the first half of the book. And I was just like, yeah, I'm going to keep highlighting. And then I didn't highlight the rest of the book because I was like, I'm already confusion here. I'm already confused, but I'm enjoying the action scenes. And then the ending. Yeah, have a good day, guys.